to this question, and I'm curious if maybe you can dispel a rumor. A few years ago, a friend of the show, former manager of GN'R, Doug Goldstein, revealed that Pearl Jam was supposed to go on tour, possibly with Guns N' Roses when 10 hit, along with U2. And U2's manager was down with it. And when Doug tried to reach out to Pearl Jam's manager, he was quickly shut down. And that's according to Doug. So is that true, or is there anything you can shed light on?
That's juicy gossip is what that is.
Okay.
I never heard it, but I mean, who knows? So if somebody thought the idea was that U2 and Guns N' Roses and Pearl Jam would all go out together.
Yeah, that was apparently Axl. That's what apparently, according to Doug, Axl Rose asked Doug to put that tour together when 10 was getting hot.
Oh, okay, yeah. I believe that Axl Rose would have that kind of an idea, and maybe but U2 at that point, they weren't doing it. I mean, U2 was the freaking biggest band, and I mean, they're still the biggest band in the world, probably. But that's super juicy gossip. I never heard of. Nobody ever asked me.
Okay, all right.
Nobody said, "Hey, Stone, do you want to go out with U2 and Guns N' Roses?" I was like, "Where? How can we fit all that equipment in one space? Too much."
Since
there's too many ramps.
I mean, I guess. I mean, now it just kind of makes me feel hopeful for when the apocalypse is over. Who knows what could possibly happen in the future? Yeah. Do you know? Are you friends with any of those guys? Because Slash likes to collaborate. Are you friends with any of the guys from GN'R?
Well, Duff McKagan is a Seattle, fixture, and Duff is a total gentleman, and I've met Duff a handful of times, and he's very good friends with lots of mutual friends. And it's funny, we're putting a record out on. Loose Groove, we just started this label again, which is the label that Painted Shield's coming out. But one of the records that's coming out next year that I'm the most excited about is this record called The Living, which is Duff McKagan's songwriting in 1982 with Greg Gilmore from Mother Love Bone on drums.
Wow.
They had a band called The Living. And this record is the coolest punk rock, blast from the past, 1982, before it all struck here. And you can hear Duff McKagan, his songwriting prowess and his lyrics, freaking great, like so complete. And it's going to be a pleasure to go out and talk about how much I love this record and how excited I am that Loose Groove gets to put it out, because it really shows you how ahead of his time Duff McKagan was, and how really, he's he is probably the centerpiece of the Seattle sound in terms of really influencing the people that ended up sort of getting a lot of credit for it. But Duff was up here making it happen before he went to Los Angeles to make Guns N' Roses happen.